Okay.
I like how he's like, down sword hand. Stop.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he is all like that. That is a thing.
You should probably be near a mic.
Like this?
Yeah. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Just figured I'd let you know. You guys can keep talking. I got sentinels to fight.
Okay.
And a boomerang. I gotta figure out. Do I even feel like doing this right now? Oy! So yeah. Games.
Lots of them.
Stuff.
Money
Stuff.
spent.
Nicolas Cage is a baby.
Nicolas Cage as a baby. Taylor Swift. Goats and towel dispensers and rabbits. All kinds of...
Particularly the rabbits.
Particularly. I mean, mainly rabbits. But, among other things, Khan. William Shatner. Let's see. Let's go on here. Hey, everybody. We're on live on Spreaker.
Yeah, we are apparently. I wish someone had told me.
I don't have to tell you nothing.
Okay. Play with this giant.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a month behind. So I have all the control over you for this month.
That $5 I gave you, give it to him.
Nope.
No. Oh, I tried.
What'd you give him $5 for?
Change.
I owed him change.
Oh. Well. Just to let you know, that mic doesn't really pick you up if you're far away.
That's fine. Here.
Why are you giving me a game that I borrowed from Brett?
It's yours now.
No, it's not.
It's payment for
No.
me being a month behind.
No!
Are you sure it's not for the Emperor's Groove?
Yeah, it's for Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, okay.
Here, whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the bottom of a sword.
What did you give me? Oh, that's the sword that somebody got me at Otakon.
Somebody.
Well,
A person.
a person.
But,
A human being, if you will. If you will.
Oh, how are you?
I played a lot of games that I bought this week.
You did buy a lot of games this week.
Yeah.
Up, and as well as one that's actually new.
You bought a lot of games. I caught up on Japanese RPG offerings for the PlayStation 3. Brett, if he is alive and gets here, he bought a PS3 today.
Oh, good for him.
There will be a Tomb Raider review to close out the show, and whatever the hell else we decide to talk about next on the Digital Reload.
Oh, yes!
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Digital Reload. It is DigitalDailyFix.com's weekly video game podcast.
Longest
In Digital Daily Fix history. Here for you tonight to discuss games and a bunch of other random garbage.
Emphasis on the garbage.
Emphasis on the garbage. So
Garbage
the
juice.
race is on for this episode. Gonna find out if Brett gets here first or Black Matt gets here first. The race against time is on.
Hey, it's already a weird time paradox because I was the first one here.
You were the first one here.
I'm
That is
never the first one here.
that is really weird. But you know what? I want to jump right into something that I was curious about. News that hit over the weekend. Not major news, but it's news if you're fans of this specific franchise. South by Southwest was over the weekend. A lot of various things took place. WWE was there, and video game companies were there, including a little company by the name of Gearbox.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Gearbox has announced that they will be releasing a 6th Vault Hunter for Borderlands 2. They showed a video. The video did not show what the character himself looked like. He was essentially a black silhouette that was going through and using melee combat to kill enemies. So a lot of people believe it is a melee character. It was just one trailer, no further details as far as who he is or what he can do, but that he's coming sometime around June, and that he is not a part of the season pass that people have already purchased. As everybody knows, the season pass for Borderlands only guaranteed 4 DLC content packs. You look confused. You didn't know that?
I didn't buy one, so.
Have you been buying the DLC?
Nope. I bought the pirate one, and that's the only one I bought.
Okay.
Well, remember, I've been poor for a while.
No, you have been poor. No, I'm just saying because the season pass basically gave you all 4 for the price of 3.
Yeah, I remember.
So, the 4th DLC has yet to release and yet to have gotten concrete information. A lot of people expect the level cap increase to be included with the last piece of DLC. A level cap increase has been confirmed, though we don't know how much. And recently Randy Pitchford went onto his own personal Twitter and said that the initial promise that the level cap increase coming out in Q1 of 2013, which means within the first 3 months, may not make that deadline because a lot more work has to go into increasing level cap than they initially thought. So they may need past the first 3 months to get it ready and released. And whether that is a separate DLC, whether it's a part of the 4th DLC. A lot of people think it's a part of the 4th DLC, but there's nothing confirming that. And the 4th DLC, there's no details on it yet, other than they're saying expect it to be a more out-of-left-field twist similar to how Red Dead Redemption got Undead Nightmare and Saints Row the Third got the Dominatrix DLC. Like, just something out there, just some goofball, which Borderlands saying that and looking at Mr. Torque, it's like, well, how more goofball can you fucking get?
I'm calling it right now, medieval fantasy.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm calling it. It's official.
But a lot of mixed reactions for this 6th character being announced, mainly for the fact that he's not a part of the season pass. A lot of people kind of upset that he's probably going to end up costing 800 points, like the Necromancer cost to anyone who didn't pre-order the game.
Why?
How do you guys feel about a 6th character? Do you feel they should have been included in the season pass? Just overall impressions.
They knew what they were getting into when they bought that season pass.
They told you what it included. Same thing for the same price of what was included the first game. So it doesn't bother me at all that I have to pay for an extra character.
People need to stop bitching. Just
buy it or don't.
Because let's use the Activision line. You're gonna buy it.
I don't know. It is 100% okay with me.
Are you going to buy the new character?
It depends. If everybody else jumps into it, maybe.
Oh, I don't need to wait for anybody else. I mainly just want to see if the character's any good. That's my main thing.
That's what it comes down to at this point.
Yeah, to me it doesn't matter. If I'm the only one that buys him,
right now it's a shadow with triangles.
Yeah, I mean if they release him and I like his talent tree and I like what he does, and everybody else says they're not buying him, I don't give a shit. I'm buying him.
Yeah, well, I would pretty much only really go back into the game with other people. So.
Yeah. Oh, I plan on going back in when the level cap raises and the final DLC releases.
Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped playing it, just because my Siren's level 50, and I dabbled with other characters, but it's just like I didn't want to get any other character level 50.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Necromancer. My Necromancer's close to 50. I just, when other people currently dropping out, like Tim being unable to play with us, I don't know if you've gotten your gold account back yet or not.
No, I haven't put it up yet.
Um,
It's mainly because when Gears comes out in a couple weeks, that's when I tend to get my gold account back up.
oh, it's a good call.
Good call, Scott Hall.
Where's my beer?
It's over there in the corner
You can't have it. You're in rehab.
with the bear traps.
I renounce my name as Hall. Now just Scott.
You're just Scott.
Scott
Okay.
Flamingo?
Just Scott.
Oh,
Just Scott.
it's about Vinny.
No.
Oh,
Maybe if you call me Vinny Roo.
how about Shock?
Because apparently that's for Sunday. Never mind.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I was curious about that. A lot of negative reaction. A lot of people were like, "Oh, well, Aliens sucked, so I'm not buying anything else from Gearbox," or "Gearbox is just a bunch of money-hungry bastards." And
When
apparently there's a good chunk of the gaming community that feels season passes needs to include every bit of DLC that is created for the game.
No, it doesn't.
My thing is, if they had announced that it would cover everything, and then they made this announcement that this character's not a part of it,
Then they would have an argument.
yes. But they came out and said, this season pass is for 4 DLC packs.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 for the price of 4.
Yeah, it's 3 for the price of 4.
So-
We've gotten 3, and the 4th is on its way, and this guy is not a part of the 4th. He is a completely separate thing. For all we know, he could be the first announcement of the of Season 2 DLC, which, once again, I'm okay with. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's all about setting a proper expectation. I mean, if they said, oh, this includes all the DLC for Borderlands 2... There's no argument there at all. You can bitch and moan all you want. If the character, and it also depends on if the character was even planned to begin with. I mean, you could have, I don't think people understand how much work goes into making an extra character for a game.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't know. It's stupid. I hate when people argue that. I hate when people want like everything for free. Would it be nice if it was part of the season pass?
Of course.
But it doesn't upset me at all. So
because you're not petty.
Because, like I said, for the first game, it only came with the 4 DLC packs, nothing extra. So why would you expect to get more for the same money as you did before? I don't understand that. So I don't know. And then people really didn't bitch about the Necromancer. They had to pay $10 for that character.
Or all you had to do was pre-order the game anywhere.
Yeah. So it's just like, you got a 5th character essentially for free if you pre-ordered the game. And you're going to bitch about a 6th one?
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean... All the dialogue, all the game testing has to go into, putting a 6th character into the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they can just, slap it on there and call it a day.
Yeah.
So...
I mean,
you gotta make money. Now, it would be nice if it were, like, $6 instead of $10... Like, maybe $8 instead of $10 or something. I would be okay with that. But it wouldn't hurt my feelings if it was $10.
Yeah. I mean, right now, there's $50 worth of content out there for the game. I mean, I know the Creature Dome that was the GameStop exclusive. I think you got to buy that. I don't know how much that is off the top of my head. I'm trying to find it. Say that's $5 or whatever. Because the Necromancer was $10, and by themselves, each DLC pack is $10. That's $50 right there, $55 maybe if you count the DLC from GameStop, which a lot of people are bitching about that they have to pay for that or whatever. And it's like there's $55 of content out there when at the most, if you were smart about it, you would have only had to pay $30. Because if you had pre-ordered the game, you got the Necromancer for free. If you had pre-ordered at GameStop, you would have got the Creature Dome for free. Which means you only pay the $30 for the 4 pieces of content. One of them you get for free. And you get what essentially in a previous generation, all of this would have just been Borderlands 3. You would not have gotten the opportunity to extend the game's playability. So another guy is going to come out, which, for if you've paid for every piece of DLC up to this point, is going to knock it up to $65. For me, it's going to knock it up to 40. So for $40, I get 4 extra campaigns, which, let's see, they all add about, I don't know, let's say 2 to 4 hours of content. So you get about 8 to 16 hours of additional gameplay, plus 2 brand new characters. A level cap raise will be coming. I mean, all of that, that stuff wasn't possible. And now that it's possible, people have found a new way to bitch about it being unfair. If this was an Xbox game, we wouldn't have seen any of this. There would have been no Torque. There would have been no Necromancer. Necromancer and this new guy and Torque and everything would have been what we can look forward to in Borderlands 3, as I said before. I think with everything, with every innovation that has been brought into the world of gaming, gamers have become more entitled and more jaded.
Hold the line.
So
Marauder Shields.
Now,
Hold the line.
So now, in a day where games can launch broken but be fixed within weeks, it's now unacceptable that a game even launches with a bug, when back in the day, if this game launched and broke, it was broke. That was it. Now we have the day. Now they have the day where if they don't catch something in quality control and it's launched and it's caught by a gamer, it can be fixed within weeks, days, depending on the platform. I say weeks because Microsoft is as a company is an asshole to developers about getting patches out. We have the ability to have additional content brought out to us for a certain cost, and people feel entitled to where the $30 they paid should give them, people are essentially bitching that the $30 they paid should give them $70 worth of content. And it's just gotten a bit ridiculous. There are certain things there are certain things out there that are worthwhile being upset about.
SimCity.
Yeah, SimCity, and still having issues of people not even being able to log in and play. Capcom fucking up DLC for Street Fighter Cross Tekken that we still bring up every now and then.
Because it's funny for us.
It's funny for us, but it was an issue. I mean, there are things where people are warranted to be upset, but it feels like no one is taking the most hardcore gamers are not taking the conventional way of thinking before speaking. It's somebody has to bitch and moan. Like, everybody's got to bitch and moan. Everything is just I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, I'm being given, when I bought that season pass, I knew I was getting 4 DLC packs, and Gearbox still giving me everything that I paid for. They told me, hey, you want Necromancer for free? Go out and pre-order it. I did. They said, hey, you want this Creature Dome? You like the stuff that's kind of like Mad Moxie's thing from Borderlands 1? Yes, I do. Go pre-order at GameStop. Okay. Everything was in my power. Everything was in every gamer's power to make it as cheap as possible. And they elected to ignore it, and now they feel like they've been slighted. You slighted yourselves.
Yep.
You know what they need to do? Lie in bed, roll over, and cry.
All night long.
It's just one of those things that
Here comes one self-entitled bastard right now.
Ooh, I get to be a DJ hero tonight.
Yeah, the other mic didn't work again. But now that mic's working again.
Oh, man, awesome.
So tell us about terrible self-entitled gamers.
Oh, well, here. Let me catch you up because you're only missing out. This is really the first thing we started talking about. Talked about the Borderlands 2 new announcement for DLC, the new character,
Alright.
and how the a good chunk of the reaction from people is kind of pissed off.
Oh, is it?
A lot, like not everywhere you go, but there's a good bit where a lot of people are pissed off that it's not included in the season pass.
I mean, I would like to have that happen, but I mean, it's their choice.
Yeah,
It's
and
not like they didn't give a good bid in the season pass.
and even then, when you bought the season pass, you knew exactly what you were getting. Like they detailed what you're getting.
Yeah, they detailed it.
But like a lot, and then that also brought up a lot of people who were bitter about the fact that they like that right now. Like if you didn't pre-order at GameStop, you have to pay for the Creature Dome. Apparently, there were a lot of people that were pissed off about that, so there were feelings about that regurgitating. A lot of people are pissy at Gearbox because Aliens sucked, so they don't want to put money into a new character for Borderlands.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's just been not a ton of backlash, but there's been noticeable backlash over this character with the impression that Gearbox has wronged its fans.
Well, they did wrong their fans with Aliens, but as far as Borderlands 2 goes, I think they've done anything but wrong their fans.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to pre-order, that's your business.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, hey, it's not like, oh, you pre-ordered, here's a surprise gift. No, you knew beforehand.
Yeah. And like I was saying on here,
Which is why I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, and like I was saying on here, like the total amount of the DLC that everybody got, like if you had bought it all separately, is $55, give or take, because you got the 4 DLC packs for $10 a piece. You got the Necromancer for $10, and then I'm guessing because I can't find the total right now, I'm guessing the Creature Dome was probably about $5. Then you got another $10 character coming, so that's $65. That's a whole brand new game, and people are bitching that, Gearbox is just a bunch of lying, money grubbing whores. Well,
every business is a bunch of lying, money grubbing whores. When
back on even as close as the Xbox One days, everything that we're getting as DLC content now wouldn't exist. It would have just been Borderlands 3. So. And every single person out there that has bought Borderlands 2 had the opportunity to have all the content that's presently available for as low as $30.
They did. I mean, I bought the season pass, and I think they've so far they've created more than enough stuff worth that season pass.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't pay everything separately because I don't know, I have a little bit of a brain on me.
Yeah. I mean,
just a little bit.
People want to bitch about pre-order exclusives and everything, but I mean, the Necromancer wasn't a pre-order exclusive. It was just, did you pre-order the game? Done. Here's your code for the Necromancer. Yeah. I mean, do you want the Creature Dome? You want the Creature Dome? Go pre-order at GameStop. I mean, it's like a lot of people want to talk as if they were, forced into whatever situation, or like that they weren't given that it's unfair that. They got to pay for something that other people got for free. It's like, well, they got it for free because they chose to buy it at a place that you chose not to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can buy 3 copies of Gears of War Judgment at Target, and I lose out on my pre-order bonus at GameStop, but what am I going to do?
And I think the only pre-order bonus is like early access to the multiplayer mode, right?
I think there's costume for Marcus Phoenix or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I think a Hammer Burst. I don't know if that's every game gets a Hammer Burst, but
yeah.
So
I do know that every game gets a free copy of the first game.
Okay. Boo! I already have that.
Yeah, me too.
Now it's even worth. It's worth less than the actual copy.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I get it. Some people don't like going to GameStop. They don't like being bartered for pre-orders and everything, and that can be annoying.
Luckily, I usually shop with the same 2 people, and they don't bump me for stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're looking for? I was like, no. I think, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and it varies. There are some GameStop stores where employees aren't out there up your ass asking you 80 million times, do you want to pre-order? Or you've established yourself as a regular to the level where They're not going to bug you.
Yeah,
But
because when I went to buy my PS3 today, the girl was there. She's like, she mentioned something about Tails. I was like, that's one of the reasons I'm buying a PS3 because I plan to get the next Tails game. And that was it. She's like, is there anything else? I was like, nope, that's it. She left me alone.
didn't pre-order Last of Us yet?
No, not yet. In due time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just spent, how much was it? $317, and I had to go buy an HDMI cord, which I got for $10.
Walmart?
No, I went to Best Buy.
Oh, okay, not
They had
bad.
this bin of Dynex HDMI cables for $10.
Oh no, Dynex.
Yeah, it works.
As long as
And
it
that's
works.
the one that I actually that was the one I was using for my old Xbox right before it started crapping out on me.
Fair enough.
Beware the Dynex.
So I know that though Dynex doesn't have necessarily a good rep, it works. And
Yeah.
it's working for my PS.
It's not like you're buying a surround sound system made by Dynex
No.
or a television.
Woof.
No, I just needed a cheapo HDMI cord, and
Yeah.
it works. So
Well, that's like when I bought an auxiliary cable at Best Buy. I went with Dynex. I was like, it's an auxiliary cable.
yeah,
It's
I think mine's Dynex too, and it works.
Yeah.
So that's
You know, I got
Plugging one thing into the other.
I got no issue.
I don't need it to light up.
It confuses me.
so.
Peg, hole.
Aha. Don't do it.
Okay. I'm just saying because yeah. Just
But-
fix his waist. There you
As
go.
far as these self-entitled gamers, I don't know. I don't know what they want.
Well,
They can't have everything.
yeah. I mean, I mainly just say like the better the technology has become, and the more innovations Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo have created, like the ability to download stuff, the ability to have broken games updated within days to weeks of an issue.
Or just releasing a completely broken game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, back in the day, if a game was released and it was found to be broken, that's it. It was broken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's my other thing. There are certain things to complain about with DLC purposes.
Yes.
Like a lot of what Capcom does.
Exactly. Yeah, we
Complain
mentioned
about
that. Yeah.
But I don't know what Gearbox has done wrong. So.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, a lot of people give Gearbox a bunch of shit based on Duke Nukem and Aliens, which are two games under their banner that they've actually worked on the least. Gearbox only worked on 20% of Aliens. Like, out of the overall development of Aliens Colonial Marines, Gearbox was 20% of it.
So would they be a victim of brand name slap tag on?
I mean, they picked it up from Sega and helped finish it. I mean, the thing is, I mean, a lot of people have said, well, if you were working on it at some point and you saw how broken it was, why not delay it to try? I mean, the game had been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. That game was supposed to be out a year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, and see, I'm hesitant to like cut them slack because it's like you cut them slack for Duke Nukem. And to me, to this day, I will still cut them slack for it because it was a thing of 3D Realms had been working on it for 8-10 years, and then they went under, and Gearbox bought the franchise, and they felt, you know what, the best thing that we can do first and foremost is release Duke Nukem Forever. It wasn't It was not let's take Duke Nukem Forever, let's completely overhaul it, let's spend another 4 years or so, and then finally release it. It was...
Well, at that point, they were between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, it was, we should probably get this game out, and then we can build our own Duke Nukem game from scratch. The ultimate judgment for them as far as Duke Nukem goes is when/if they announce their own Duke Nukem game. When that comes out, if that is shit...
Then it's a problem.
Then it's a problem. I felt like that was more of, they bought the Duke Nukem game because they wanted to make a Duke Nukem game, and they released Forever just to finally get it out there. Was it good? No. I mean...
Well, I had a lot of fun not playing it.
And
I had fun watching others suffer.
See, it was fun for some people.
And Colonial Marines has had a lot of AI issues, and maybe Gearbox could have caught it, but a lot of the development of that game was outsourced. They only worked on about 20% of it. I know Gearbox pushed hard to like push it as like, yeah, it's going to be a great game. It's like, but that's what they have to do.
part of marketing.
It's part of marketing. It's a part of their deals with these companies. If they want Sega and EA and Activision and whoever else to publish their games, they have to push what their name is being attached
Don't buy
to.
this game. This game is complete shit.
Yeah, you come out working with a publisher like Sega. You come out saying, "Yeah, we just got Aliens." Yeesh. Let me tell you that.
Oh, that'd be great. They
Oh.
come out with all Yiddish.
Oh, it would. It would have been hilarious. It would have been, it would have been funny for our standpoint. It would have been funny for a business standpoint for Gearbox. You know, I mean, they would have been fucked for it. But I mean, what can you do? At the end of the day, it's one of those things where
They can pay me. I'll be glad. I'll glad them sell any of their crappy merchandise.
they gotta push it. Gearbox.
Call of Duty sure is good.
Gearbox overall still has a pretty decent reputation. All their Brothers in Arms games were solid. Borderlands was awesome. Borderlands 2 I felt was phenomenal, a phenomenal sequel.
Yep.
I still look forward to the next Gearbox game. I still look forward to Borderlands 3. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do with Brothers in Arms. I'm curious.
Like this.
But it's more.
Well, yeah,
but it's
sure.
more in the sense to shoot the guy that's behind them.
So, well, Brothers in Arms is not Army of Two. Though, hey, that's coming out, and I'm sure.
We're not going to go back to back.
And I'm sure the third Army of Two will do well, considering the team that developed it has already been fired by EA. Game's not even out yet. Development team is no longer part of EA.
That's okay. They'll just put BioWare's name on it.
That scares
If you
me.
played Mass Effect 3, you'll get an N7 face mask.
Oh boy. But at the same time, a lot of people are praising that Citadel DLC.
Oh no, I'm gonna get it when everything's one pack.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to buy the whole pack because I haven't experienced any of the DLC other than the free multiplayer
I will
stuff.
not be getting it.
That's also why I'm also sitting on Skyrim right now, because I'm waiting for that to be one pack.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, games like that, it's almost worth just waiting until all the
Well, that and
DLC comes out. Game of the Year edition.
that and because Bethesda has a history of doing that.
Oh yeah, they did it with Oblivion.
They did it with Oblivion. They did it with Fallout 3. They did it with New Vegas. So there's no reason why.
Yeah, I got all of the Fallout 3 DLC. I got none of the New Vegas DLC. I was like, yep, I'm done.
I wouldn't be surprised if by summer you had the Game of the Year edition.
Be nice.
I would consider rebuying it depending on the price.
Yeah, it's more about the price at this point.
Though a lot of people have said the only worthwhile DLC is the last one just released, the Dragon one.
I'd still play them all.
Oh no, I mean, as a fan, you want to experience all of it. No, I get it.
I couldn't even play the DLC if I wanted to because of this guy.
I mean, half my time in Oblivion, I spent.
Imagine if Tim were a train car, which would she be? A caboose? An engine?
If you're gonna read it, actually say it into the mic. You have the shittiest mic, so you got to be right up on top of it.
Imagine if Tim were a train car, which would he/she be? A caboose, an engine, a dining car, a sleeper car, subway car, hand car.
A dining
Hand
car.
Hand car.
I think I'm gonna go with caboose.
I was also going to go with caboose.
I went with dining car.
But that's what.
Yeah, I know what
See
you.
what I'm saying?
I know what you meant.
Anyway,
I knew where
Is there a
you're
mystery
Hey,
answer for 2 cabooses?
He said
no, but
he said he's a.
mystery answer is jar of almonds.
Oh, it's always a jar of almonds. You know they're bringing that show back?
No,
Whose line is it anyway? As in a complete aside?
that's awesome.
Yep.
What channel?
I don't remember.
Is
I'll
Drew-
look it up.
is
It
Drew
is
Carey
not Drew
gonna
Carey. It's somebody else, but
Oh.
it's somebody notable. I'm gonna look it up.
Is Ryan Stiles?
Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, and Wayne Brady.
Okay.
And then they're going to have a celebrity guest as the 4th one. I'm going to look it up.
I'm okay with that. I loved Whose Lines Was It. I love the British version, the Drew Carey version. They were all great.
They were.
I enjoy that show.
Is it?
Or that SmackDown meme.
Matches are made up and the storylines don't matter.
Yep.
That was an opening for the Chinlock.
I saw a GIF that was out there that was on this British wrestling show that I was watching. It was like AJ Styles like going back with Christopher Daniels for a suplex. Like Christopher Daniels was actually going back before him, and he had a look on his face like ugh, and it said "Remembered Claire Lynch mid suplex."
Oh,
I thought that was
I
hilarious.
don't want to.
And everyone listening about video games
CW
gets
network.
nothing.
All right.
Oh. But who's the host?
I'm still looking that up.
Hey, well, Supernatural's good.
Arrow's good.
Arrow's good. Yeah, Arrow's good. I like Arrow. Arrow's good. I like that show. So, you guys have been playing the Castlevania for 3DS, Mirrors of Fate.
He's played a lot longer than I have.
Still, you guys can share opinions of it. Not reviews, but you know your impressions of it so
I
far.
don't know why IGN hated it so much. I mean, I think one of its biggest problem is it seems like it tries to combine some of the old school Castlevania with the Metroidvania stuff.
But they didn't put a lot on the Metroidvania. And,
No, they really didn't.
It's more like a footnote at this
Yeah.
point, but it's still pretty go forward.
Oh, the host is Aisha Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I've been here the whole time. What are we talking about?
They're bringing back Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
With Aisha Tyler as the host.
Yeah, I heard about that. But at least the contestants are the same.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind Aisha Tyler. She's funny on Archer.
Yeah.
Her stand-up is pretty funny.
Well, I've never seen that. So I'm just going to assume it's bad.
She's
One
not.
of the few female comedians.
She's not funny hosting E3 press conferences.
No.
She's not good at that.
She's not. I'll give you that.
Just like the dude from Community, he wasn't good.
Joel McHale.
Joel McHale, he
Oh,
wasn't.
terrible.
He was awful.
Oh.
Because I
He was
always say
bad.
like those press conferences are like the Oscars. Like there are a lot of people in the audience that think really highly of themselves, so they're not going to laugh at any kind of joke or anything.
So was that Fruit Punch?
That is Fruit Punch and Sprite.
Oh, was it a good year for the Fruit Punch?
Oh, it's decent.
Vintage.
It's decent.
It's a good vintage.
Yeah, I had to get to Royal Farms before they closed.
What?
They're closing for an hour, apparently.
For what?
I have no fucking clue.
And-
Drug deals.
Bugs.
Anyway, Castlevania.
Bug infestation.
Huh?
It's Castlevania. The weirdest thing for me is, because I've only played 2 of the characters, is the second character you play as Alucard, and it was just weird starting off that he used a whip. I was
Yeah.
kind of confused about that.
I was confused about that too, and as you're if you're paying attention to the story, the way he's introduced makes you kind of go, "What?"
I think I got a handle on that part.
Yeah, but it did make me go like, "What?"
I mean, I don't hate it. It's at points it can be a little difficult, but all the checkpoints they set you up, if you die, you don't get put very far back at all.
No, especially during the boss battles, if you reach a certain point in it,
Yeah,
it's like, all right, you can start from here if you die.
and if you get to the quick time event, if you fail that, you go right to the beginning of the quick
The
time
game is
event.
very forgiving.
It is very forgiving, which is kind of strange. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know of any Castlevania game that has been given the tagline "forgiving"
well,
until now.
this one is.
This one is pretty forgiving. The animation's fluid. The 3D is pretty well.
I mean, I think like everything graphical is pretty good in the game,
Yeah.
at least. So
That's what I thought playing the demo, that the 3D was actually very good.
But our biggest complaint, without a doubt, fall damage.
yes,
7 asses.
The first time I noticed fall damage is I fell from a place too high and I actually just died. I was like,
When that
Whoops.
first happened to me, is like my first reaction is, why the fuck is there fall damage in my fucking Castlevania game?
it's not like I fell off the stage and died. I just dropped down. It's like
He landed on his feet, but his feet went.
some vampire hunter.
That's a
idiot.
sound that happens when you fall down.
But so far for me, I think overall it's still a positive experience. It's just some things are a little weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting this game to go straight back to what they're used to on the regular DS and the GBA.
Yeah, just the Metroidvanias.
And I think some people also forget that the developer that was mainly behind those games is no longer a part of Konami. And the head of Castlevania games is the guy that made Lords of Shadow.
Yeah.
So you're going to get Lords of Shadow-esque Castlevania
See,
games.
my thing is, apparently there's 2 sides. A lot of people like the older style Castlevanias. Then you have the side who likes the Metroidvanias. I myself like both. So I would like to see more Metroidvanias in the future. But I don't want to see them just spurned like they were. Like it was, you got Circle of the Moon, you have Harmony of Dissonance, you have Aria of Sorrow, you have what was it? Dawn of Sorrow, I think it was called. Then you have Portrait of Ruin, and then you have Order of Ecclesia, where they're all Metroidvanias.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little too many Metroidvanias in a row.
Like spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, like spread it out. So
Well, they were probably also under the impression that you were alternating between console and handheld ones, and the console ones differed greatly from the handheld ones.
yeah, but the handheld ones are usually considerably better.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I know that. I know that from I've seen you play some of the console ones. I saw you play both PS2 console ones.
I didn't hate either one of those. I'm not saying they're great, but I didn't hate either.
And I don't know if you ever bought Lords of Shadow. I don't remember if you did.
I actually own it.
Okay.
I do. I never beat it, but I own it.
I did.
Fair enough. A lot of people said the ending's kind of crazy.
Well,
I like the ending.
I was a fool and I read about the ending before I beat the game. So I was like, oh, well, I don't. You fool. What's my motivation now?
Maybe beating it before the second one comes
I
out?
could do that, yeah, I guess.
I mean, who knows?
Well, this was before I knew a second one was going to come out, so.
Yeah. So I started playing Cross Edge. I don't know how I feel about the battle system.
A little weird.
I want to at least get to where... I mean, you can only use the 4 people in the middle to attack, right?
I don't remember. It's been years since I played that game.
Okay.
Since I just got a PS3.
From the explanation, that's what it sounded like. And I only have 4 people right now, so I want to try to get... I want to try to get far enough to where I have the full grid and everybody has multiple attacks. Because right now, it's like... everybody has one attack, and when you start, everybody gets enough AP to do that one attack once. And so it's kind of basic. So I want to get further, but so far I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this battle system. I thought it'd be neat. It doesn't have that same fun playability like Namco X Capcom has. Though I thought Valkyria Chronicles was kind of cool. I like their idea of doing stuff.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So Valkyria Chronicles is kind of like a strategy RPG. Kind of. In a sense that you have a battlefield and you have soldiers and you select each soldier individually. But when you select them to move them, you're not moving them a part of a grid. You go into a third-person action mode where you have an action bar that measures your movement. And each class has a different size action bar where they can move so far across the map. And then they can take cover behind things. And then you can go into target mode where you can aim and fire at enemies. While you're running around the map, enemies can shoot you. They can't while you're in target mode, and that's when you can aim and fire. And then you get snipers, you get engineers, you get scouts. They all serve different purposes. And instead of each character leveling up individually, the experience that you get at the end of every battle, you pour into the class itself. So when you bump a sniper up to level 4, every sniper becomes level 4. The thing that makes every character individual is their individual perks, where like they'll have certain bonuses and decreases. Like they got a dirt allergy, so if they're in the desert, their attack is weakened, or shit like that. But they'll also have bonuses. I don't remember the bonuses too much. But controls were neat. The battles are actually pretty fun. You get, at least starting out, you get one guy in the tank, and then you get snipers, and you get all unique battle scenarios, which are kind of cool. And even early on, it's a bit tough, but not overwhelming. So that I thought it was cool. I mean, I know it's several years old and everything, but a lot of people on the podcast that I listen to have been talking about it recently. So now that I have a PS3, I was figuring, hey, let's pick it up and give it a shot. And I haven't started playing Disgaea 4 yet, so I don't have anything about that. So, do you get to play anything on your PS3, or just set it up to download?
Set it up to download.
Okay. Yeah, you already told me what you were downloading: Spec Ops and Street Fighter, Infamous 2, Ratchet und Clank, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't know if you were going to download Ratchet and Clank or not. Well, yeah, but that
I
doesn't...
decided to download everything that's free.
Like every single game?
If it's free, I'm going to download it.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, there's still a few games I decided I wasn't going to download.
Doesn't matter. I mean, I have 500 gigs. I have plenty of space.
Yeah, that's true. Uh,
Be frugal with that, man. It's gonna run out in seconds.
You mean in like days?
yeah.
The days it takes to download stuff.
All 5 of them.
I mean, I know you got it for Last of Us. I know you've talked about
And Tails.
I know you've talked about possibly getting Valkyria Chronicles at some point. Anything else that you are curious about picking up for it now that you have a PS3?
Whatever that crazy RPG that came out, I don't even know what it's called.
What do you mean?
I don't know, the Nini... Like,
Ni no Kuni?
Yeah, that one. Might get that eventually.
Okay. Yeah, Ni no Kuni's been getting a lot of decent reviews. Is that it? Nothing else?
That's about it.
Nothing else grabbing at you? Don't want.
Hope PlayStation Plus gives me some decent things.
Yeah, it updates every month, so.
That game was $40 at one point. That Ni no Kuni game.
Yeah, I know. I know the digital version's $55 right now. I don't know what it is in
I'm
stores.
not looking to buy it anytime soon since I just spent $328 and some change. But soon.
Soon, like Vince McMahon staring at his wife. Soon.
Wasting my money again.
You better win next time, bitch.
Better win next time, bitch.
So let's see. We got 15 minutes left. Let's jump into Tomb Raider. Let's do the Tomb Raider review.
I'd buy it.
Done.
For $1?
I'm gonna.
I'd buy that for a
Well, I bought it for $60, but
When I get my federal tax return, it's gonna be a ton of money.
So Tomb Raider is a reboot brought to you by Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. Crystal Dynamics is the same team that actually rebooted Tomb Raider before with Tomb Raider Legend, which was also a well-received reboot. Except this one takes her all the way.
2 boots.
Yeah. This one takes her back all the way to her origin before she became the super rich, highly egotistical, super talented
Breast augmented.
breast augmented
where she got the press augment.
archaeologist.
That's where she keeps all of her idols.
This is essentially her first major archaeological adventure. She goes with a group of friends to a set of islands to discover the history of this Japanese Sun Queen, and everything kind of goes completely ass over tea kettle, essentially.
Everything goes tits up.
I don't think I've ever heard that expression before.
Oh, whatever. What you got? What do you got? Come on.
Yeah.
What is it? No, you're about to put the mic up. Come on, just do it.
That's not the only thing that was up.
Oh!
Whoa! Or ass over tea kettle, whatever.
I haven't heard
just-
that either. I've never
I
heard of
just
that.
wish that they had it a one-handed control scheme. Get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I've heard it a couple times. So
That's the
whatever.
6 to midnight edition. You need to do that.
Anyway, shit
on
hits
side.
the fan. All right. So she's trapped on the island. Her friends are all missing, and she has to find them, find out what the hell's going on with the island, and
And get impaled by a bunch of stuff.
and grow into the Laura Croft that we're familiar with.
I'd have failed it.
So a lot of
With my spear.
E3 stuff has given strong comparisons to the Uncharted series. A lot of people were wondering how much of it is
I
going
call
to
it
be
Lancelot.
exploring and puzzle solving.
There's a lot less climbing in Tomb Raider than as compared to Uncharted. So
Yeah,
there's the difference.
there's no globe traveling. It's all on the island.
All on the island.
I feel they explored the combat a little more than Uncharted did.
Yeah, I think so too. Skill trees.
Yeah, you get skill trees, which have their, it's not super detailed, but it gives you some decent stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be in a game like that.
Probably the biggest glaring, they got that from Uncharted, is all the interactive, making Laura run through a bunch of crazy shit as it
Yeah.
explodes all around her. which is cool. I enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, I enjoy it too. So,
But it's definitely like if you've played Uncharted, if you love the Uncharted series, that's gonna pop out as like, whoop, yep, that's straight from Uncharted. But the thing
and
is,
the main character in Uncharted is hot.
yeah,
Nathan Drake is hot.
Nathan Drake is hot. But I mean,
With my dragon.
Uncharted, Uncharted kind of was inspired by the classic Tomb Raider games in a way. Naughty Dog's a big fan of Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider games, and they wanted to make their own adventure style game.
I personally don't give a shit about that because I enjoy Tomb Raider. So
Yeah, I mean,
enjoyed Uncharted, so it's
Yeah,
good.
I mean the thing is like if a game creates something awesome, you want to see more of it. I mean, if they do
It's not like they were like, Sonic the Hedgehog goes adventuring.
It's also not like they did a poor job at it either. So
they didn't turn Tomb Raider into Gears of War. I mean, the logical step for Tomb Raider would have been stuff from Uncharted. To me,
Yeah, it fits something that makes sense, and it's not like those games. It's not like the Uncharted games, like you said, weren't based on or didn't maybe take some ideas from Tomb Raider before.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just it doesn't matter.
they're both in the same damn genre. So it's expected that stuff is going to happen. I mean, I'm sure Call of Duty took some stuff from other games, and other shooters are taking shit from Call of Duty. Nobody sits there and goes, "Hey!" I mean,
Darksiders takes everything from everything.
yeah, but Darksiders
Well, not
kinda
anymore.
sucks. Oh, that's a game I'm not downloading. Darksiders.
yeah, I'm not downloading that either.
That's fair.
I don't really have any interest in it.
Sorry. Well, if you ever want to borrow it,
He could just download it for free.
if you ever want to borrow it.
Yeah, then if Howard gets the itch to play, he won't have it. So there's my donation.
Anyway, the gameplay is a mix of exploration and combat. It's all about trying to tell a story of a woman who starts off as just kind of lost in this crazy situation, just wanting to go home and evolving into a
I
hero.
get lost in my crazy situation.
With my penis.
It's got the typical exploration controls that are kind of like Assassin's Creed or Uncharted.
She sure can.
She can play with his joystick.
Well, first she needs to explore the kitchen and get me a sandwich.
Oh, sexism.
And it used a lot of the stuff like Uncharted, where once it initially shows it to you, you know what's climbable and what isn't.
Yeah.
She'll show you what's initially climbable.
Talk about the joke.
You'll show her.
And also, you have that view thing you can go into.
A survival instinct.
Helps you.
Yeah, combat is a mix. One day this review will end. One day.
Fucking Laura Croft.
Yep, when Laura Croft is in.
You'll show her your end one day.
When Laura Croft is in here, spread eagle.
Yes.
Anyway.
Laura Crawford and Angelina Jolie.
No.
Nah, not now.
The first one was okay.
No, I mean if now
Angelina Jolie too.
if we're
It's gonna be Jilly.
Are we-
Angelina Jolie.
Like,
Wait,
it's
no,
like
no.
throwing a hot dog downtown.
So that pussy hasn't been wrecked yet.
I was just, I mean,
Like throwing a hot dog.
if you're talking about Tomb Raider 1 Laura Croft or Tomb Raider 1 Angelina Jolie, I'm all about. Current
that
Angelina
movie wasn't terrible.
No.
No, I don't mean movie. I mean how she looked in that movie.
It's Beowulf Angelina Jolie.
CG Angelina right here. That's weird.
Angelina Jolie. Why not Betty White?
Or Mae Young.
All right, look. I'm finishing this review. No more derailing.
Buy the game.
Anyway, combat is a mixture of melee and shooting.
Go on.
I don't know. Can y'all keep it in your fucking pants? Like seriously?
Well, I'll still giggle, but I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, 7 minutes left to try to push this in.
7 minutes.
Push it in. Yeah. I made one too.
See, that guy has no class. I stopped. Here he is.
I
This is
didn't
my-
do any- Oh, you're talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped. I'm done.
You stop. Yeah, but you're all looking at me like you're ready to laugh at any moment. Like you're.
That's the point.
You didn't ask us not to laugh at any moment.
No, but it's like it's distracting because like I'm sitting here waiting for somebody. Does that mean don't look at? I asked for it. Nope. This is what I get.
This is serious. I'm seriously gonna not look at you.
This is what
and you can finish.
This is what I get.
My hat's covering my mouth.
I can blame no one but myself.
You can always do what you usually do and
So
just blame
how's
me.
the combat?
And just what?
Just blame me.
I'm not blaming you.
So how's the combat? It's
It's
in the right direction.
it's fulfilling.
Okay, you asked for that one.
I did. No, I did. I totally did. Anyway, no, I mean, the combat, the overall tempo of the game is brutal, violent, bloody. Just basically beat the shit out of Lara Croft for 8 to 10 hours or however long the game.
Doesn't have any luck at all.
She really doesn't. I mean, people die.
The game shows that in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like the way the game opens, she's immediately getting abused. She's immediately getting fucked up, and the way
Go.
the ways that she
No, she was asking for it.
the ways that she dies is brutal. I mean, from like just getting stabbed in the neck to just falling off of cliffs.
The rapid part, I was getting kind of displeased when I died like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't like this anymore.
Or like the parachute part. Like if you hit a tree, she'll get impaled right in the stomach.
Well, it was weird. I got impaled the first time, then I hit a tree and I bounced off and I kept going.
Yeah. I was so confused. But no, I mean the exploration of the game is fun. There are several spots where it opens up and you can either progress the story or you can just run around and do do the hidden tombs, collect various artifacts, collect gun upgrades or weapon upgrades. And it rewards you for all of these with either experience or just automatically leveling you up and giving you a skill point.
Usually tombs just about level you up all the time.
The story I thought was pretty interesting, and
Until the part where she says she hates tombs.
I thought, and it actually follows a lot of cliches that people are familiar with in Tomb Raider. It does have a supernatural feel to it. It does go in that route like other Tomb Raiders have gone, whether it's the movies or the games. It has certain plot twists. I won't say what they are because technically they can be considered spoilers, but if you're familiar with Tomb Raider games, whenever there's friends of Lara Croft involved, there's always plot twists pertaining to them. Those fall right into place. I know you haven't beaten it yet.
No, I haven't.
I have. I thought the end was pretty satisfying. And seeing her evolve, I thought was fun. Was it completely realistic in how she would have handled everything? I mean, there are issues.
I would have got fed up far more quickly than she would have.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are issues. I mean,
Stay in one spot and never move.
yeah. At the very beginning of the game, they give you a bow and arrow, and she goes, "Oh, I'm hungry," and you have to kill a deer, and you never have to kill an animal again. So there's a lot of there's a
I don't know, those wolves jumping at me, I kind of had to kill them.
You did, but I mean, like, you don't have to kill for food ever again in the game, which some people might find an issue with. Some people might find an issue with that she has all this heartache and everything about killing people, yet in the very next scene, you'll easily kill 20 henchmen, and you'll kill them either by...
I think 17 of them got shot in the head with an arrow.
And some of her more evolved instant kills that you get by skilling up her tree can be brutal. The handgun, or no, the machine gun, she'll walk up and hit them in the knee and just unload an entire clip from like their stomach to their face. Like there are things about it that may escape your grasp of how someone would actually react to it, if you want to be an anal asshole about it.
Yeah.
To me, I just want a fun experience, and I wanted somebody that was going to take Tomb Raider and do something different with it. And Crystal Dynamics did. They made a game that was fun, satisfying, whether I was just exploring or whether I was doing the action. A lot of the cinematic stuff was really cool. The interactive running away from everything. The gameplay, I think the gameplay is really well. I don't have any issues with the controls, really. The only issues I really had with the game was us trying to connect to a goddamn online match.
Yeah.
That was a pain in the. I mean, and the multiplayer really isn't the selling point of the game anyway.
It was okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's okay. It's not what's going to keep you playing the game past beating it. I'll be completely honest with you. What'll keep you playing the game past beating it is just going through the open world again. Because once you beat it, it'll tell you what percentage of the game you've actually completed. And then it says if you hit continue, it'll just throw you right back into the world. And you can go about building up that completion percentage. And I'm more interested in going out and finding the rest of the optional tombs and getting the missing weapon upgrades that I don't have and collecting all the various collectibles that I haven't gotten yet and building that as close to 100% as I can.
Yes, find an upgrade for your machine gun and a missing tube.
And what?
Yeah. the Japanese sun gods hid the parts in the tubes.
Yes. Yeah, it's weird how where you find some of those. Like I almost at first I thought that like they were predetermined where each part is, but then as you go on, you kind of realize it is random, like when you get a gun piece and what piece you get. But overall, I'd probably say so far this year it's the most satisfying gaming experience I've had. Period. Yeah, and I recommend it to anybody.
I'd also recommend it.
And even if you were somebody like, and I'll say this, I don't like the other Tomb Raider games. I don't like the PS1 Tomb Raider games. The PS2 ones were garbage. My Legends was okay, but I was never into them. This game is awesome. They're really if that's anything, if that's what's hanging you up from playing the game, that is not the reason to avoid the game because it is nothing like the other Tomb Raiders. They balanced out the action and the puzzle to make it entertaining. And if you've never owned a PS3, but you've always wanted to play Uncharted, this is the closest you're going to get. Hands down. And unless something crazy comes out later this year, right now it stands as like my first one to nominate for Game of the Year. It's early. Other games will come out. And it may fall down the list. But as of right now, it sits there at the top. I haven't played a better experience yet this year. And I like Fire Emblem and everything. That's probably my second favorite game. But I really like Tomb Raider. I mean, hell, I beat it in like 3 days. I played the shit out of that game. And I want to play more, even though I beat it. And the most I can ever do is just pick up stupid trinkets out of a box that ain't going to give me nothing but her going, oh, this is a piece of gold from this era. No, go ahead. I'm done anyway.
That's okay.
No, by all means.
No, it's.
Hi-oh!
I opened the door. Kick it in.
She'll open the door
See?
with her vagina.
Whoa!
I don't know if I would want to get sexually involved with someone who could open a door with her vagina.
Oh, suction.
Or maybe you. Oh.
It's a suction.
Still, I don't know.
Hey, can't knock it until you see it.
I was about to say, I'll try anything once.
As long as that like circus theme song plays.
She's gonna develop cramps for opening that door. Gotta get the jaws of life.
Opens the door.
Then the doors, like once a month, the doors will get all bloody.
See, you'll be all disturbed because you're looking at it. You're looking at the door open and you're seeing that her vagina's on the doorknob. You're all disturbed, but then she goes, "Are you ready to raid my tomb?"
What I said was that Brett
This is classless.
was gonna pull stuff out of her box. Just now, everybody knows.
Well, did we make any dick jokes yet?
Yeah, we did. While you were seriously
That
talking
was,
about it.
that was the very first joke I made.
Yeah, I named Brett's Lancelot.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there we go. Then, so I mean, we've hit our quota.
Yes.
Got our dick jokes in.
We have nothing else left to add on this.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, multiplayer is okay. If you're one of the few people that I saw in Game FAQs that avoided this game because of multiplayer, you're a goddamn idiot because that's not the reason you buy it anyway.
Hi-oh!
Buy it for the single player. It's good. One of the best games so far this year. Experience it. There's no excuse. All right. Next week we will talk something.
And maybe some point I will finally get my Doritos Locos Tacos taco.
We can talk about that next week. Well, we were going to go on Friday, but then we went to Sonic.
Could still go.
Yeah, because I'm such a dick asking if people want to go to Sonic. Look at me.
Yeah, I know.
Primo asshole right
Yeah,
here.
no.
No one asked me.
Jerk.
Huh?
Oh,
No one asked you to go to Sonic?
No.
Oh, you son of
I know.
a- I was asking. But it wouldn't have really made sense for me to leave my house and then come back to my house. So
That's what made it genius.
Would have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next week.
Oh yeah, Dead Space 3 is pretty okay.
Dead Space 3. Maybe we'll talk more about that.
That's fine.
I'll rate her to Ayo!
Talk about his penis.